Cheers. For table, for even table, cat, cow.
No,
So where did we start? What position did we start
were in
in?
going forward, I didn't like that.
Did I say seated meditation?
No.
You
You didn't say any
Did
close
I
names at all.
say
You said no.
anything at all?
No, you just played the music and was
You
quiet.
just-
You were doing it.
You cued the body, you cued the breath, you cued the soul.
That's exactly what happened. I didn't get there
It's very hard
myself.
to remember.
I read the room.
I just was quiet.
That was the last one.
I
Reason-
couldn't stop laughing at you.
No, I was over here.
Jacob.
Yeah, that was.
Everybody else was already seated.
He's like-
Nobody said anything other than
But do you see how that works?
Yeah, and she just manipulated the energy like a witch.
And that's not, I mean, have you ever gone into a classroom where everyone's bouncing off the walls and doing handstands and talking and the lights are on and the teacher just comes in and sits in front of you?
Yeah, you do that all the time.
What does that do?
It quiets the energy.
You don't have to say anything.
And what was the first thing I said after the quiet?
Notice how you all just fell in. Where you fell in.
That your thoughts were all your own, undirected. Undirected. The very first time that we plant the seed of getting to know you and be with you. Yeah? Not, I wasn't saying you should be thinking this or you should be thinking that or doing this or doing that. And then we invited in breathing. Did we give it a name? What did it feel like?
Kind of natural.
Just a little bigger than your butt.
Oh yeah, and you guys touch our roots.
Why would I have you touch your roots?
To feel your
feel.
sensation.
Yeah.
What our body actually does to breathe. To feel what it feels like to breathe in your body.
It makes it real in a way.
And then, where did you place your hands?
You guys something.
Not yet on the back, just the tummy.
Just the tongue.
Oh yeah.
And in placing the hands on the tummy,
To feel
there's
the
an
breath.
immediate thought that's natural from those women.
Judgment.
Not my stomach.
Jacob's like, yeah.
Yeah? Did any of you guys have that thought?
Sure.
I had the.
It was like,
I
I
think
feel where
it's soft.
babies came out of.
That's what I was immediately thinking for some reason too.
Well, you said
I thought Buddha is what I thought.
I remember.
Yeah.
You said baby, and I was like, am I pregnant? Who's pregnant?
I thought from my C-section I can like feel where my belly is. Yeah. So I'm always like,
Love to break that charge.
My husband calls me Buddha.
can you?
And then we started to stretch the breath,
Hurts.
but with pauses.
Yes, I remember that. That was lovely.
Oh yeah.
The halves.
The pausing of the breath is called dirge breath. D-I-R-G-H-A. Can be a 3-part breath. We just really did one pause.
And that was just like nature calling.
Yeah, we're just pausing in the
Oh,
middle
unfolding.
and just noticing
The
that the
breath.
breath moves to the top of the chest. I didn't say shoulders, top of the chest. I did start talking about emptying after, right? All I wanted to show was how the belly naturally goes in as you empty. I didn't say pull your belly in or do any of our normal Bunda stuff. But that just the deep breathing naturally takes you into some Bunda if you don't go too high in the shoulders. That if you just breathe up to the top of your chest, your chest broadens. So not too deep. And then we did okay sign.
And the lifting.
Lifting and lowering to start to move the breath with a movement. Yeah? That's
Fired them off.
That's what I was like, no more, not today, Satan. Not
Today.
Satan. but that was
I never realized how hard I work in one yoga class until I do another one.
Yeah, absolutely. And your
And I'm
body
like,
catches
oh, I
up.
didn't work hard enough, and then
Yeah.
immediately I'm like,
I
alright.
With this one, probably felt better open,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that
And
was
close.
open and closed.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
yeah?
Okay, so.
Which started to move your body
She had us open somewhere.
in a forward bend and a back bend.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple different repetitions like that. We're just trying to see where you guys pick up.
Yeah, there's the twerks and the goddess,
Yeah,
hip
you
hop,
had us
head and hip
plug
twist.
in there.
Yeah, I was a fan of that.
Power. I know, I was like, ooh, and
You
she got the
were?
drum out.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
It's your energy moving up and through you.
I remember the fun parts.
After this was,
We're in the beginning.
Place your hands and come to the table. Now we did the cat cows.
there was something special about table that I said,
But not.
after we placed our hands down, what did we do with our hands before?
You
we
had us
did
do
it?
Bend her elbows.
You had us do head circles and
In
seated.
toes.
Was it
That's
the?
true, head circles and seated before we did the arms.
Yeah, we did all those.
Oh, yeah,
That
feel
was
your
so
neck.
nice.
With
That was
the
nice.
movement of the breathing.
Oh yeah, you switched halfway in the circle and we reversed. I remember that.
That's why we had such a hard time remembering the beginning, because
But
there was so
but
much
there's-
seated.
But there is the kind of that complement of when you do an intro class of neck and shoulders, how they go together and they loosen up. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Whatever your neck shoulder thing is, this, it's still shoulders, right? For sure.
The movement is small to bigger, right? It's small to bigger. When we went onto all fours, I purposely walked the hands forward a little farther than, we normally do under shoulders. We walk them forward and then lean the shoulders over the wrists.
You also had us.
Did we do
bend
that
our
before or
arms.
after the
That's
cats
when
and
I
cows
was
though?
like, I was like, oh my god.
We did.
Before we even started the
Before cat
slithering.
cow. To extend our hands 6 inches out, we did that before cat cow.
Cause you had us do a whole series of cat and cow with bent arms, like one set of them.
Oh, maybe I didn't step your hands forward
I don't think
until,
we did
you're right,
until
you're
we
right.
came through
Just
Slither.
cat cow. So what was special about cat cow that's spoken differently than every other cow?
So you had to put your toes under.
You had us really push in towards each other and then out towards each other, and I felt it much more deeply than I would normally, because it's easy to do it passively, but you
Yeah.
really spoke to the
The
core
bending the elbows
points.
on the cow was a game changer for me.
You also had us go back to child with our toes tucked too. I don't know when it was,
Back and
but
forth,
yeah.
just feeling the weight shift,
Stretching our feet.
noticing, do you have tight toes or loose toes?
Yeah, cause I was in down dog most of that.
Yeah, she was like,
Yeah.
and our knees were
So
down.
really, it was you were speaking to Hasta and Katabunda and cat cow, and the movement to really, really engage everything
Pull
else.
the mat towards
It
each
felt
other
very
and
deep,
stretch
yes.
apart to experience how much you have in your back mat and how much just that action of pulling together gives
Yeah.
you more sensation.
Yeah.
So
That's really
a
nice.
note of the little things you do make a difference.
That's a nice thing.
And then we went into
That's
this. So when people normally do a yoga push-up when they first come in, almost everybody does this. So what did I say? Walk your hands forward, lean forward over the wrists, bend the elbows, lean your chest in between those fingertips, then lower the chest down.
See, I overthought that so much.
That hurts so
I
bad.
did.
It felt like
so bad.
I felt like it was a slithery vinyasa.
My elbows were literally into my
Maybe
stomach.
slithery vinyasa.
No,
With
I
the knees
feel like
down.
I have sugar
Like,
rush
they made
issues.
it
I feel
harder.
like I have
Really
sugar
hard.
rush issues too. Like I didn't like it at all.
I like her.
It
Did I
felt like a
like
torture
it?
device.
Yeah, I agree. Agreed.
I didn't like it at all.
Like
You feel
something
like
just doesn't.
It was different.
I can't do something just feels like I'm stuck.
I couldn't do.
So-
It was very interesting.
Well,
Yeah.
the first ones where we were lowering were literally just bend the elbows towards your
Once
ribs,
I realized
reach
what
your
she
head
was
towards the
doing.
middle of the room, and then you push straight up.
Hard.
So watch your shoulders. When we go down too low, they go forward, and it's hard to hold. So,
Do your neck drop too, cause I feel like that. would be
yeah,
really
everybody was like that.
Or you had, that's my, yeah, 'cause it's
So
gravity.
here, I'm gonna keep the energy in my knees. So this was a moment to learn from. Push the energy down through your knees, taking the weight. Maybe even toes touch under so that you have more control over your lower half. And then you lean forward as you inhale. Exhale, bend, leaning further forward. Inhale up. Exhale.
That's all we're supposed to be doing.
So can you demonstrate how you had us lower all the way down, and then you kind of had us
So
bring our back
how I had you lower down is lower, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Cause you
butts
had us
up.
touch, yeah.
right? Butts up. Right here is where all of a sudden we would slide your butt down.
Well,
See,
you told
here's
us our
up.
butt was breathing,
Here's
and I told.
So,
Oh,
because
yeah,
this is
and
where
then-
you're at, and you're just like,
Shining.
booty lifting, booty lifting.
my.
And then, before the inhale, because this is the exhale is just this position. The inhale is exhale. Yeah.
Okay, so, I think we were.
Okay.
And
so
this
you-
actually
so
is
those
really
back.
here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it.
Yeah,
It's
we
kind of like
were-
part of the movement.
yeah.
I didn't know what to call it, but
But
yeah.
you can push up, push back on, if you need to, or.
So in that position, where is it you felt stuck?
When
Push up and
Or
push
lower
back.
back, I feel
yeah,
like.
slither back.
Mhm.
I like had to adjust my feet and like lift up a little bit, so it was like an in between kind of the postures you just did. I tried to slither back, but ended up having to lift up a little bit to do it.
So start to watch here. What engages before I actually lift up? The core and the knees, right? So from here, if I'm just trying to use my arms and not using my legs,
Yeah, I feel like are you using your hamstrings too?
yeah, I'm using my legs way more
Yeah.
than my arms. My arms are just like trying to keep me moving back,
Okay.
right? Her legs are much stronger. So, first pose that you didn't like was this.
The first one I didn't like was the
This
bringing
one.
bending our arms in the cat cows. I was like, why?
So what is the reason to bend your arms in cat cow? What's the reason for that?
My arms were just on fire. They were shaking. I did not feel strong. Which I know
More
it's
intense- more
strengthening,
intense
but
back
I
then.
just.
To get
Yeah.
deeper.
When that happens, what is a good suggestion for her? When her arms are tight. In cat cow.
Strengthen it somewhere else.
Walk your hands closer. It's still the same thing.
What
So-
was the significance of the 6 inches forward? Like, what was the point of that?
The 6 inches forward, so if my hands are here, the 6 inches forward take us closer to that almost plank
Okay.
Does
position.
that make sense?
But do you
Yeah.
see how the hips aren't down, that means in your back where you hate it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
The hips are up, we're actually, tucking the tailbone down, bending to reach forward.
Gotcha.
Without that,
And I liked it because you know how I am. If it's not hurting, it's not working.
Okay.
So
But that's a great point that we'll touch base on it, the
I know.
pain
I'm not
gain.
ready.
and in fact, if I really
Crazy.
thought about it, I probably should have placed my hands closer than underneath the shoulders. Sit back onto your heels, walk your hands just, 6 inches in front of your knees, lean forward and then inhale, cow, with the hands and the knees activating, then it looks like this.
And you're pulling the mat up.
Do you
like
see the
that.
shoulders broaden? That's the point,
Okay.
this broadness.
Yeah, I wasn't doing
That helps open up the back body without dumping into the low back. And then if my hands are here and I'm doing cow, you see how here's our normal cow? Here's with the activation. It's just or cat, sorry. It's a little bit more. Okay, now the next one. What's the
You
next?
guys know, okay.
After we did these, then we did,
Grab the needle.
yeah. But when we reached up, I had to just breathe and feel, what does this pose feel like when you're breathing? And then thread the needle. Well, first, then after thread the needle, we did something else.
Your hand went behind your back.
The hand behind your back, for what purpose?
To
Support and engagement,
It made me open my chest more.
which is
I feel good on my back, I felt like,
which is a
I
what?
don't know, just a little bit of touch.
Little bit of
adjustment.
Your hands are naturally healing Reiki energy all the time. That your hands placed there will feel soothing, just like as if someone else were giving you that soothing. Now, what did I say to get out of this pose?
Plant your hand.
Inhale your arm up, and then what?
And then I think they had us doing those exhale,
Oh, yeah.
twisting in.
Reaching, opening, reaching. So at first, the first ones usually, people aren't really breathing as connected, but it takes a little bit of movement where now their breathing starts to reconnect breath and motion.
You say go in slow motion for that.
But yeah, like we're.
Yeah, like we're in mud.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Like
we're waiting
I
for
love how
mud.
Sherry had more, so thank you.
And after that was
Sorry.
Squirrel.
the
Oh,
circles.
Yeah, like.
Oh, what?
Next one.
After each side, we did what?
After threading the needles to each side, extend the curl, then we came back to table. And you said replace your right foot with the right hand, and with the dragonfly.
Mm-hmm.
And then they all
With our knee down, so.
rainbows.
Mm-hmm.
All those rainbows. And then you had us with our knee up and put these blocks. Which,
That's
where
where
are
we
these
were
blocks
getting
supposed to be
so
on your thigh? Cause
confused.
the first time, I like had to stand up, I had like
Hold
the
on, wait,
worst
pause.
pains.
What did you say was that next one? You did,
Like
cat
kind
cow
of
thread.
I was like, and it was from
We
like
did
a
thread
corner.
the needle,
Oh,
and then
big
she had us
two-part.
do extend and curl, extend and curl.
Yeah,
And then we
Normally,
did table,
it's about
replace
playing
right foot
with
right hand.
the right
Dragonfly
height.
twist.
Yeah, I don't
Like
think I
at the
ever
right
found it.
height,
but we
it just
missed
feels like
Shavasana.
support.
Okay, yeah, I was
I don't
working
know
really
what
hard the
that
first
is.
time, and I could not.
Then, if
Right
it's
after,
too low, then it's a
Your
hamstring.
modified push-up.
Yeah,
It'll
oh, I felt
fire
that.
out your
That's
hamstring.
that. So when you're doing your modified push-up.
When you lower your hands to your heart, was the hamstring still over?
Oh yeah, we got that one.
I had
We
to
already
stand
did
up, I
that
think you were
one.
facing that way.
Superman.
but
No,
I
I
was
missed it.
facing
Like,
wrong.
where did that
Yeah,
happen?
Because
That was,
Superman was
I
right after
think
we
we
crossed
crossed the
on the line.
hamstring and then also the edge
was
of the
before we
block,
did
I was
the
like, it was way too much.
Mhm.
I'm like, something's happening, it's not.
Usually
I
really-
suffer through it and.
Getting your hamstring on the block, the hamstring should almost kind of sit and spread.
Yeah, that was.
So we just needed to tip the one of the bricks over so that it was a little higher. Did everybody get a level of the brick so that was supportive? Or was it just
Shaky.
hard?
I felt like when I added the extra brick, mine felt supported, so like when I looked over at Jacob, I thought like, how is he have the same level as I do? Like, was yours supporting?
Were you struggling?
Yeah,
with
no,
the
mine,
ankles?
I found comfort in after, like, once we switched sides.
You learned on the second side for most of you.
My side was more comfortable, but still, I don't think I was.
Majority of the poses you're going to teach your students who are brand new to yoga will always struggle the first side. Second side, they'll start to figure it out. without even giving them the answer, they'll figure out why, and then ask like, why is this side so much easier? Because internally, your body is learning what's wrong and how to adjust. So after our supported crescent warrior, then what?
Can you verify that?
That's a great question.
Yeah, because we're confused by that, cause I feel like we didn't immediately come into supporting warrior. It was dragonfly one side, dragonfly the other side, or
We were
did you do
here.
dragonfly?
We did the circles,
Yeah.
the dragonfly circles,
Yep, and then got that,
and the side angle circles, and then we lift it up,
the knee.
and then place the
So
black
we
circle.
did, that's when we went to supported warrior on the right. Okay,
Yep,
that's
and
what I
then-
was asking.
And then we lifted up, reached the arms up.
Yeah.
So that the torso was straight up and down, supported by the bricks. How many breaths did it take before you felt your heart was like starting to race?
I came out of it, I'm like.
Yeah, I came out of it multiple times.
I was struggling.
That was an uncomfortable like feeling that we're not really used to, so I feel like I was like in, out.
I felt like I was having a really tumultuous relationship with my blocks. It was worse on the second time for me. It was like I had to stack them, and then you had me bend into it, which did help. But then I'm like, I don't know if I trust these bad boys.
Marissa, you looked really good. How did you do
Yeah.
when your arms were up?
I felt fine. I didn't feel my heart racing or anything. I just struggled with
The strengthening in the legs?
No, I struggle with anytime I use blocks, it compresses my nerves and my legs and my
Go numb.
feet.
Mine did
Yeah,
too,
so
mine-
I can't,
yeah.
that's what I
It's
was like,
uncomfortable.
that was what I struggled with, wasn't the strength. I felt really good at first, and then my feet started to go numb, and
Yes.
now I feel uncomfortable.
Where in your thigh was it? Just so that we
Well,
have
I tried to
clarity.
do it on both sides, so the first time I had it more right behind the back of my knee, more up here, and then the other time I tried to move it back more where I have more muscle, and it still did it. But it wasn't as intense.
Like that, your sit bone.
Yeah, I see.
Yes! Winner,
I
winner!
see that
I
my
feel like that was
I was almost sitting on it.
I was sitting on it for sure.
It was like right here. It was on
So
that
that you're
little bottom
sitting
of that
on
butt
it.
cheek.
Well, I need at least
It's,
three.
you know, I think I was just not, I didn't hear it.
I did that the second
She
time,
didn't tell
but
us.
then I was still
It
trying
was
to
like a trial and error. So if you would have kept doing it. you
Well, and I
would've
didn't
been-
actually tell you
I
this
went
very
back
well.
more, but not
You're
right now.
First time.
And in fact, I told you guys, separate your feet a little closer to the left, your right foot a little closer to the right. And then I actually talked about bending your back
My back, and
knee.
that did help a lot.
So
It did,
But it wasn't- it wasn't really a cue that I would have given, except for I saw it in you.
Yeah, Rebecca was straight throwing us facing her.
That was true.
I feel like stop sugarcoating it and tell me what really
I
happened.
needed more blocks.
This is hard to think about.
I needed.
Yeah, maybe you did.
Because putting them vertically makes it way less stable.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
I'm unstable. Who said I'm unstable?
you are.
Why do I want stable? I don't want stable. Because if you don't feel unstable, you don't know what stable is. Stable is when all the sides are up and down, right? So yeah, everybody was a little bit, but once you find middle, then you know stable. So it has to be unstable to start.
So you are like sitting
Yeah, it's sort of like right by your butt cheek, like right where that like line is.
I think my blocks were a little short, but I leaned into it and I felt my thigh was engaged, like really like, it was
Front or
burning.
back?
Front.
So
And
front,
it felt good though, like I was sturdy there, and it wasn't killing me, but I felt like a steady, like activation.
when it's lower, and you're pushing into the heel, it activates the hamstring. So this is an hamstring lengthener. If this is strengthening toning, it's a quad strengthener, right? And muscle shaking, your eyes are up, bring your eyes down, it's a little easier. The shoulders naturally relaxed, bring it here, it's a little easier. Does it mean it's all the way easy where you lose all the strengthening and stretching? No,
You can keep it and keep breathing.
no.
Yeah.
It's not about, we just want to make it feel just super easy for you. You want them to meet who they are when they face a challenge. How many of these poses that were super challenging?
A lot
I
of
guess
them were
we're
challenging because they were different. I was feeling a lot of.
It was
difference.
unknown.
Yeah.
There was,
Yeah.
it was less comfortable because we didn't have the names to cling to. Oh, I know this. I feel like it was just all, we had to pay a lot more attention than I think we have had to.
It's what I'm
Why?
missing, to be honest.
Why?
Me too.
Because we don't know the sequence.
I'm getting very sick of
So when you
it.
don't know the sequence, you are interested in the sensations.
Yes.
Right, which I was very focused on, right? I was happy to not focus on the, whatever the pose was and just feel it, but
Like when you first
You
got
don't
into
know what-
goddess, I
what it's
know
like
every single
feels
one
like.
of you were like, oh shit, goddess.
I think that,
No.
I
And
did.
what did we do instead?
which works.
Yeah.
We danced.
We
move.
It felt
swung
very
our
good.
hips and released Kundalini energy. This is the energy that gets kind of stopped up and angry and like somebody just release it. That's wiggling the hips.
So we did that, sorry.
After standing. So first we went to standing after this.
We went to just standing at the top of the mat, you're saying?
Where
And
you
then
at?
we went to
Yeah.
like
We
the
did
goddess.
both warriors and then we
Didn't
went
we
to
do
standing.
arm raises?
Both
That's
warriors.
the only time I felt
And
that
then we
way.
went to standing and stood
Like, we're working
On
on
the
it.
band, that's what we got.
On
seen.
the
on the
band.
band. Yep, on the
Yep.
band.
Does
I
that
was
mean?
like, I managed the chipmunks this week.
Did you say yes to the band? That's what we did.
With the bands after.
That was my favorite question.
And we
Aubrey,
did this,
how did we get up to
that
the bands?
upset my
What?
shoulders as much as
What
the
was the
opening
question?
and opening
How
up. I was
did we
like,
get up to the
oh my
bands?
god,
It's
my
like every
neck
year
is
we've
so
been doing
tense,
Sunday.
like that
Yeah,
stuff,
I
right
couldn't
connecting
figure
my
out.
neck and
So-
shoulders, that's where I really felt it.
Take the
yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
you're
okay.
here,
Yeah,
bend your elbows
yeah.
down, lean your elbows forward, and your hands back.
Ah.
Hurt?
Yeah.
Look at your chest.
Right there.
So good, well,
Drop.
I like it.
Oh,
I have to
oh,
hear this,
squeeze
so.
your back.
I need to like.
That's a little bit.
So remember, chest up. Yeah, it's a tight area.
It's, yeah, right
It's a hot
there.
spot.
It's super tight.
Like even, I took it like,
And how they were pulling out arms down and moving forward, shoulders up and rolling back, like you set the stage for the your shoulders should be even during and for some, it would have been nice to have that in piece, especially for like, when you with bad shoulders to really remind them to drop it down. And, because I love that. I was
She really did.
I
Roll the
was
shoulders
surprised
back.
how much I like the resistance bands because I thought they were hurt a lot and they didn't.
yeah, that's how I felt too.
There's something
I
about.
was like, oh, I'm a badass bitch.
Why didn't the resistance bands hurt more for lateral extension and, what is this one?
I think the traction just provides a
Front
stability
extension?
that you can't get without the band.
Is it because we do so many vinyasas?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
You can actually get that sensation if you hold weights. That when you hold weights, it's actually pulling your shoulders down. That when you hold weights up here, it pulls the shoulders down. The same thing happens with that. Using bands to do those movements forward and out will actually lubricate, strengthen, lubricate the joints, strengthen and tone the muscles, and stretch the muscles that need to get stretched to relax the shoulders.
But that was a nice, little part there.
Glad that you like that one.
Then we stepped to the side, went into Latin goddess, and then
Is that
that's
what
when we took
happened?
forward fold.
Wait,
After we did the-
what
I
happened?
know we did chair, yeah.
Where was the chair?
Chair first.
Okay.
Chair after
Cheer
bands?
before the band.
Yes,
after.
after the.
Yeah, we put the bands down and we just
Oh,
sat
yeah.
in
Drop
chairs.
chairs.
Drop days, drop pyramid, cause I really don't wanna forget it, and it
Oh,
was
gosh,
there so
you're
right.
Pyramid was after,
This makes me feel better.
pyramid was after chair. Because we stepped out, went into a forward bend, after,
We did goddess before forward bend.
after, you did goddess before forward bend?
I remember because you had our push toes out and then we did forward fold, you said bring toes back in and then.
No, it was goddess,
Mhm.
wide forward, or then you did the TikToks,
Yeah,
right? And then you did the wide forward fold,
yeah.
Yeah,
and
that
then,
makes sense, cause our
and
feet are
then
big
you-
wide.
then the
Walked
wide forward fold,
over.
and just like in Ashtanga, those same similar poses that we bring into Ashtanga, into an intro class, then we go into pyramid,
Then we did pyramid on the right, pyramid on the left, then we brought it to the back of the mat.
warrior.
To the back or no?
What was
No.
after pyramid?
That's when we
That's when we
sat down,
Yeah,
sat down and did,
So we didn't go to the back of the
Like
mat
that.
until we did
Oh, I didn't like
this
that.
whole forward fold,
sit
bring it
on
up,
your foot.
fold.
No, but you're
Because
missing
you're
something.
sitting.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
wide leg, no,
So
we did
wide
goddess,
leg,
like
wait,
forward
wait.
fold.
Then we walked over, you did your crawl over to pyramid,
She went
then you lifted up, leg raises.
Long legs, no, it's gotta be,
we went
this is, it's
here,
gotta be harder.
then we went here,
Yeah.
and we went up,
Oh, yeah.
and then we walked to the other side,
It
and
is
then
much
we went
more.
up,
Yep.
Oh, so we did, you
Yeah.
guys were doing more.
To a T.
I was.
and then,
I lifted up,
I
yeah.
never
Yeah, yeah.
and then we just
I never
took
Then I second guess
a
myself.
foot under, sat down, planted that front foot, and just hold on the bottom of the foot
And then we
to
lifted.
extend it.
Did we do pyramid left to the back of the mat, Pam?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah, it was like a seated variation of extended.
And then you lowered and you did that whole like side plank thing after.
So then,
Short form on our
yeah,
knees.
after boat,
Mhm.
then we went to,
You had.
Back bend.
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know what that was.
And then
and then how did we get to the other side?
you had us twist.
We lowered. Oh, you're right, I did twist first. We went up here, here,
Then we twisted,
Twist.
and then we did rock.
then rockstar back bend, then come around,
Table to the back.
switch
What do you call
legs.
that a side
Yeah.
plank, and that messed me up,
What, the side plank?
Why, it's a
Yes.
modification.
cause that's not a, cause you're
That is a side
backwards.
plank, but your knees down.
No, you're not sideways.
It felt more like a flip your
Yeah.
dog than a.
It's a
foot, so.
supported, it's a supported
Cause I was
side
like
plank.
twisting so much awkwardly, cause I thought it was a side plank they opened up. So you're just already opened up from the bottom.
So what was the cue to make it into a back
You
bend?
said, you were like, put your heart towards the ceiling or something.
Yeah.
Torso towards the ceiling.
Yep.
So then I did more like flip your dog, and that's how I.
Lean your hips forward and turn your heart up or stretch
Yeah.
your ribs up to the
And we did hands in the
ceiling
Yeah.
to make it a back bend.
Yeah.
And then we went to,
Right, so it started as a side plank, but it morphed into more of a like, flip your dog.
Yeah, like one arm,
You have to be
back
flexible,
bend.
mentally and physically.
so, and think about the transition from supported side plank and how your breath starts to take you a little deeper, a little deeper, right?
So for that pose, are we trying to stack our joints there? Cause I noticed that on the other side.
For
'cause I-
some people,
Yeah.
it really is different.
Okay.
Because some people feel more comfortable, depending on the flexibility in their shoulder. They might be stacked, they might be a little bit off.
Okay.
Cause look what happens if your hand is back and your foot is there. Then the back bend is easier,
Mm-hmm.
rather than here.
Well, and so some of
You know
it
what I
is
mean?
like arm 3 inches forward. What about that?
3 inches forward, what did I say?
You didn't say that, but at one point, I like did the one side and I went, that kind of felt weird, so I was looking around the room to try to see like, what's about away from my shoulder, because sometimes it's like things feel off even though it's the right thing. And I noticed that some people have it out here and some people have it in here. So are we aiming for something or just whatever works better for your body?
I just said, plant the hand down.
You did 2
And
and 3.
and stand on that bottom shin, plant that back foot and just start to keep opening towards the center. Most everybody started to adjust their foot a little bit more.
It's almost like
And
more.
if there was somebody who just kept coming down, then I would have taken the time to say something more about the alignment to help them in the pose.
And what would you say for alignment wise for rockstar where to put your grounding? Would you say underneath the shoulder or would you say?
No, because I actually said, open to the left, lean
Yeah,
back,
okay.
right?
Mhm.
I just said, open to the left, lower that left hand down, and then lift up.
Mhm.
Maybe a better cue would have been just kind of like reverse plank, how the toe reaches forward and then touches down. Rather than
Yeah.
sideways,
Yeah, cause that's what I ended up doing.
because forward, then your hips can open, sideways, it keeps your hips closed. My bad. Oops.
I have a
I
question.
No, it's not, I just am curious as far as.
No, but I like knowing that, cause I would have never thought of that before.
Are you over modeling? I'm worried about your body. Cause you said you over model on Saturdays.
No, I mean, if I'm in a pose and talking for like 10 minutes, then
Okay,
you know.
I just wanted to put that out there in the universe.
So from that semi-back bend to,
We have sat and taken it to the back of the mat on the other side. And so repeat the other side, so it was one leg raised seated on the left, one leg forward fold into the twist, twist to the right, and then rock start to the left. And then we did lane cobbler, modified fish.
lane cobbler.
You guys did like a modified fish, or they're like, yeah, some cobbler?
Oh,
A
That was really
modified back bend cobbler,
They,
all the way to
Oh, nice.
Shavasana.
I really like the way you cued that, with the shoulders towards the hips.
Yeah,
It's
walk your
nice,
shoulders
yeah.
towards your hips, to create a little tunnel under your
Yeah.
hips.
I always feel like a caterpillar like that, you know?
You're gonna come out of your chrysalis.
You should say that
No,
as your cue. That's why I've
Yeah.
been telling you guys,
something like that.
journaling your experience of the yoga practice becomes the words that are sincere. How you have been practicing is often how you teach others to practice. That by this point, you should have some tips and tricks for yourself that are your go-to. Okay, that's the last pose, and then we came up and Samastiti. So,
And then you had us do the rollout after Samasana, which I also put that up.
I like that too for my back.
Oh, yeah, and
Half down with our knees.
yeah, you had us do that.
oh yeah, I like that. So this here, hello? This here with the cactus, just halfway and halfway, not all the way.
Yeah.
And then you bring your feet up and halfway and
Yeah.
halfway.
Cause you had to help Devin, I think, was it?
I had no idea what was going on.
And then we did circles.
Really, yeah.
This,
You weren't I was like, this is your
No.
butt,
I
this is your feet.
These are your.
I was like, I'm pretty sure that's
write
Devin.
that down, figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
Because you can see it's a difficult cue. Like, how do you get them to roll on just the right spot? So I have to look
I
at,
was really
okay,
impressed.
well, their heels are just above their butt. That's all I could think
And
about.
then, yeah, and then you said sit, and then you do it in a circle, your knees in a circle, so you feel it rotating on each sit bone. And I was honestly just so impressed. I'm like, is she doing that? How the hell does she know that? That's what I thought.
I was really just watching her body.
Good job, Devin.
I
Okay.
was watching Devin
Yeah,
and
yeah,
just
yeah.
talking about where we were.
Your
I
sit
knew
bones
where
were
I wanted
inspirational.
Devin to feel it, but I was cueing a body part that would help her feel it.
she's like so. Devin, what would that be called? If she's looking at you and she wants you to feel something and she's cueing it to the class.
Staring.
No, I just
No,
keep,
because we were just talking about this, yeah, it's,
so we look at a student.
it's not
body
modeling, but standing, body
Standing.
Yes.
So we look at our students and we see what's up. And then-
And we talk to
Yeah.
what they're doing, what they're
Yeah.
doing, what we want them to do.
I scanned you.
Was there an art to the class?
Yes,
What
yes.
was it?
When we were in our, standing transition, that kind of stuff. I feel like when we were releasing our
The laughing goddess.
energy, right?
Mm.
Ha, ha, ha.
Was there edge?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Was there surrender or softening around the edge?
Yes.
So based on the guidelines of teaching a yoga class, was it met?
Yes.
Good job.
Without saying the names. So let's
And
talk
without
about,
saying find your edge too, without saying any of
Yes.
soften or
But she
find your
didn't
edge,
say
like any of the
bondage,
verbiage.
she didn't say
Yeah.
ujjayi, she
Yep.
didn't say
Any close
find your edge.
Yeah.
But
brand
still.
new intro to yoga students, they don't wanna be scared by all the names.
This is probably your
The
most
goal
important
is just to get them present and feel. To keep them present and feeling. Yeah?
And breathe.
And, yeah, I mean, present, breathing, feeling.
Right.
And you follow the arc because you want them to feel like, wow, I did a little more than I thought I could.
Yeah, they know whatever sticks. We know it's powerful.
But then bring them back down and around.
And then bring them back around. What did I do wrong? I didn't ask to adjust.
I was
It's my daily fail.
Consent.
It's my daily
Perfectly
fail.
imperfect. You didn't ask.
Perfectly imperfect. I feel like that just should be our.
You know, you Freudian
It's
slip
the-
and said
it's
perfectly
the theme
perfect.
of our
I was
life.
meant to, but I was like, that's a very awkward Freudian slip too.
Well, but it was perfectly perfect for them.
What?
Perfect.
Which is
Well,
perfectly
she's perfectly
perfectly
perfect and perfectly
imperfect.
imperfect.
Because it's for you, it's not. You just didn't read into what I was saying.
I was, and then I read out. I read in and read out, and then I said, it was crazy.
So,
Sorry, I read.
let's do a round robin
Oh, yeah.
of cueing. If we were doing it one breath, one motion, that part where your foot is down, grab the foot. So we'll start in seated staff pose. And the inhale goes into what?
Inhale your arms to your side.
We're bringing,
What?
we're,
So
we're
remember,
we're
we're
doing
coming
that crazy
into this
one like
pose.
that.
Inhale.
We're
arms
coming into
come
this
up
pose.
over
Oh,
back.
from staff.
Yeah.
Oh, instead of fold over?
Could you
So
inhale? bring
inhale,
your
plant
lungs?
right foot into the left thigh.
No.
Were you,
No, I was gonna do the bent like the one that you're sitting on.
or are you doing seated spinal twist, or are you
And
doing?
No, do you remember when we did this,
Yeah.
to this,
Yeah.
to this,
Oh.
So you can do
this,
exhale and bring your left foot
to this,
underneath your butt.
to this,
Yeah.
over to the other side. So, here we are. Getting to here. One breath at a time, one motion at a time, one body part at a time.
Inhale, bend your right knee in, left knee to follow, bend. Left foot comes behind your right foot, and your left knee splays open.
We're going all the way
I
through.
mean, what? That was a long breath. Inhale, grab your right foot.
That inhale.
Exhale, another exhale, grab your right foot with your hands. Inhale, stretch it up, lift it up. And exhale, release. Hold it.
So could you